So today, students, we'll be talking about class.
I just don't feel up to podcasting.
Waking up in someone else's bed was what I was waiting for. All my days, what have I done? She saw me sneaking out the door. What have I been waiting for? Been wasting all my time. Watching my youth slip away, surely is a crime. And no.
Hello everyone, my name is Ollie.
My name is Jean-Luc.
And my name is Matt. I was trying to do something clever, but
And today, on the Universals podcast, we shall be talking about Class Episodes 1 and 2. So, Class Episode 1, guys, what was it called again?
For tonight, we might die.
Oh, yeah. I thought I might die watching it, but anyway. Anyway, what did you guys think of it? Was it
We'll
good?
start
Was it
with
up to
Matt.
your expect-
well,
Yeah, Matt, let's go around.
what I liked most about it was within the first 5 minutes we could tell what the characters were like. I mean, with the 12th Doctor, it took a full hour, right? Didn't it?
Yeah.
And then with Clara, it took a year and a half. So it's refreshing to find out what characters are like within the first 5 minutes. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Shall I just continue with what I didn't like?
Yeah, just everything you thought.
Well, I thought the music was really good. I really liked the music. The 12th Doctor's theme played on guitar. It really suited the 12th Doctor.
Yeah.
There was
it
the
not
return of the
Ninth Doctor's
Christopher
theme?
Eccleston, theme.
Yeah.
You know, the
I tweeted about
I
it.
was so happy to hear it again. It's like,
Yeah, I like that. Well, then again, it did appear in Hellbound.
Yeah, but Hellbent's not canon.
Yeah. Yeah. But I would say I also liked the writing. The writing was okay, apart from a few moments, like
there's certain cringy moments.
yeah, like the line, "Oh, what all the white people are doing," like
I didn't mind that.
Yeah, I didn't mind it either.
I was just
They
like,
have a right to.
Yeah,
Some people
it's
are
how
like that.
people. It's how I feel Tanya's character would speak anyway.
Yeah, she's trying to fit in, but
yeah, but
she's trying to make like friends with Ram.
look, the Muslims or the black people or the
It wasn't offensive. It wasn't racist. It was just a thing they said. The thing is, they could have been racist. They could have said something out there, but
I felt uncomfortable.
But the thing is, people speak about uncomfortable stuff with each other. They've done it really safe there. If they wanted, they could have done anything.
They could have done it safer, but to be honest, that was a minor thing. It could have still been in the episode, but I just personally didn't like it. You guys didn't mind it. That's okay. But one thing that I just found pointless was when Tanya was like trying to hit the Shadowkin with the lamp, and then it drew its sword. She was like, shit, and then it literally cut to Ram a few seconds later, and then he just said shit, and then it's just like, well, wow, just why did that have to be there? I mean, we already know it's like for young adults, but do we really need to enforce the fact that's a young adult show? I mean, Ram literally gets covered in blood by the end of the episode, gets his leg chopped off. Yeah.
You say that, but would you rather that they instead came out of the void and had sex with them, and then turned them into dust?
I wouldn't have minded that.
Anyway, however, the thing I liked the least was the editing. Now,
Yeah, that was
editing.
That was bad.
Yeah,
Terrible editing.
like it was like, ooh, zooming in and out, ooh, just like you guys.
Yes, but when like, what's her name? April was like, her heart was like going all weird and stuff. it kept like zooming in on her face.
Yeah, it kept zooming into her eye.
I was like, what's going on?
Also, that flashback scene was awful.
Oh god.
The way how it would fade in and out, and it's like, no. Bits would stay prominent. It's like, no, just cut.
Just don't.
And also the titles.
I personally didn't mind them.
I don't mind them. They caught me off guard. I thought they were going to play it safe, and they didn't. They went all out, so I was like, okay, I can respect them for that.
Yeah, but I did not like the choice of music. But that's fine. I wouldn't mind that. I just...
Yes. I'll probably get used to it, but it's nothing like what I was expecting.
No, as I said before we started recording, I said I was expecting it to be like Red Dwarf, but more of a drama sort of thing. So like just clips of the show.
I'm watching Mastercar.
Okay. Okay, Ollie, you do that. But I was thinking like clips of the show with an Instagram filter over it, names of the cast members, which they did have in the titles, but names of the cast members like on the bottom of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, it didn't really matter. But I was also expecting it to be like more of a serious kind of music, like the Silent Witness theme tune.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, but to be honest, I feel like they were like trying to replicate like the Pierce Brosnan Bond titles.
I guess. I thought it was going to be all sort of kind of dubstep or like kind of like Torchwood, just really subtle.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have worked.
Do something like that, but slightly, I don't know. I don't want to say dubstep it up, like for the kids.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded if everything was slower. If you know what I mean, like everything was smoother. It wasn't all jumpy.
See, with the actual episode itself, I thought it moved at a really slow pace. But the problem with that is, with the end result, it didn't feel like we had a threat, or it was cleared up so easily and quickly.
Yeah,
and I could say that for both episodes as well.
My title sequence rant. I hadn't finished.
Okay, carry on.
I'm close to finishing, but I haven't finished. So, like, the title sequence, I feel like it was edited choppily, just like they just had people and colors and stuff, and it was just,
I don't remember much about it.
Yeah, but it was like trying to like a title sequence, except with not so good music. Imagine the Skyfall title sequence on a BBC budget, more colours, with Just Another Way to Die playing over it. Right? Imagine that for a Bond film. No one would like that, so why shouldn't I complain about? Anyway, I'm done complaining about the class titles. So...
Ollie, what are you doing? All I hear is this from your end.
So, Jean, the pacing and stuff.
Yeah. The pacing. I'd say it was good for the characters, but it wasn't good for the story they were trying to tell. Also, when the Doctor appeared, I was expecting him to be in it a lot longer than he was, because he literally just turned up the last 10-15 minutes, was in it for, I don't know, say 5 of them minutes.
And solved the day.
Yeah, the thing that annoyed me, right, is Capaldi was so good in that, and it was one of the things we were not wanting from class. It was like, oh, we don't want the Doctor to be in it the first episode, it's going to ruin... And he was one of the best things about the episode. I wanted him in it more, to establish that universe.
Yeah, but I feel like he was in it enough.
He didn't even, like, get the team together. He just sort of, like, was like, okay, right. You are people, you can do this.
Yeah, it's like if it was anyone else, he'd be like, okay, you can do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the connotation of the Avengers. So he's Nick Fury. and then everyone else is like the Avengers, but they weren't united pretty much until like episode 2. But then with the Avengers, they weren't united until Phil Coulson died. I mean,
yeah, but this is from the Doctor's point of view. None of these people knew each other. One of them had literally just had their leg cut off.
Yeah, that was glossed over pretty quick.
Yeah, he didn't stay or explain anything to them other than like, yeah, there's this rift and aliens are coming through. Okay, right, use our team. Goodbye.
Okay, I see your point.
Bye.
I've not been paid.
He spent 2 minutes mourning over Clara's death.
It's kind of like, they're not paying me enough for this.
You can
I'm
expect
off.
Peter Capaldi to go full Malcolm Tucker and just like fuckity bye.
I'm off to meet Nardole and go to New York.
I'm off to New York. Yeah.
Fight superheroes and stuff.
Off to New York with that guy that played Goku in that really awful Dragon Ball Z movie. Ooh.
I'd say the first episode, it was alright at establishing the characters, as it was just the first kind of pilot, I suppose.
Yeah.
I can see why it felt rushed and all sort of compressed in, because they wanted to kind of like get it out of the way so they could start the actual series. Like, okay, you know what's happening, you know what's going on, now we can get on and write the stories without all this.
Yeah. Well, first 5 minutes established what the characters were going to be like. But
Yeah.
we need to get used to them.
Who,
So, like,
who would you
Harley
Who would you say is the most fleshed out character so far?
Ooh.
I was asking you.
I would say Ram.
Yeah, same. That's what I was thinking. I'd say Ram. He's been the most realistic and the most kind of consistent. Like, I could imagine him as an actual character. And, like, I could imagine Tanya as well, although she's not had much material. Especially how this was her first acting role, so she's doing pretty well with the stuff.
She is doing well. She's acting pretty good, but
Yeah.
but I feel like the character's a little unrealistic as she's. I mean, she's too smart
Yeah.
to be year. She's too smart to be in the year above, so she's in 2 years above.
Yeah, that they wouldn't even be able to do that with the school system. Fair enough, a year, but they wouldn't be able to do it 2 years. That's just unrealistic.
Because I was moved to the year above once.
Don't lie, Matt.
No, no, seriously, I was.
Yeah, okay.
I was.
Yeah, I was joking.
Fair enough. It probably wasn't because I was smart. It was probably because I really hated everyone in my year.
I don't think that's how it works.
I was a troubled child, okay?
Surely you'd get put down a year if you were pissing everyone else off.
No, everyone else was pissing me off.
Yeah.
If I was moved down a year, I'd be with, like, the P1s. Okay?
Because Matt is 5.
Oh,
was
the
fun.
mental age of a 5-year-old, do you think?
Anyway. So,
Digs.
Dig.
Digging hard away at that, Matt.
shut up. Anyway, so...
And no, why should I?
So, class!
That fast. Yes, exactly. So,
Class.
What did you think of Miss Quill?
Want her to be a companion.
okay, here's what I think of Miss Quill. She's... Sorry to burst in on all these things, but I think Miss Quill... she reminds me of a few of my teachers, except she's mean.
I feel like she's a bit one note though. It's kind of like I know what she's going to be throughout.
Yeah. I can't...
Well, if you're like this alien person who doesn't
Yeah,
really understand, you would think that they wouldn't change much.
I guess I can accept it for what it is, but it's kind of like, I know your character. Are you going to change over time? I don't know.
Yeah, but
I don't know. And I think that's the importance. Like, can she change?
I can't see Miss Quill changing, but I can see Charlie changing, and they're meant to be from the
Yes.
same class.
Yeah, I can see Charlie. I mean, he has started to sort of adapt.
Yeah, I can imagine him going on some sort of arc.
He has a boyfriend. I want to see more of Charlie and his boyfriend, to be honest. You know, it's fleshing
There's going to be a sex scene, apparently, with him and his boyfriend, so...
What, with everything?
No, I doubt with everything, but...
To be honest, if there was a sex scene, right, I would imagine it being a flashback to Ram and Rachel.
No, it is. No, it's a gay sex scene. It's going to be Charlie and his boyfriend.
Yeah.
What, that, Austin?
Yeah. Because they announced it, like, months before class even came out.
Yeah, which makes no sense. Sorry, I'm just charging up my laptop. Continue. Anyway, so, yeah. No, I just want more scenes with Charlie and his boyfriend just talking. I don't want it to be like, do you want to have sex?
No,
yes.
I doubt it's going to be like that.
I don't want it to be like that, no.
I think he's just more of a side character, like a love interest side character, more than a fleshed out, developed character that's going to be in the show.
Oh yeah, I don't care about Charlie's boyfriend being fleshed out. I only care about Charlie being...
He was there when, like, all the aliens attacked, and he seemed pretty cool about it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why he wasn't part of the team.
None of them seemed to react as if, you know, what was going on was going on. It's like, oh, there's some aliens, shit. Okay, shit happens, let's get on. It's like, no, if that happened, you'd be out of there. You'd be like, patch that.
I mean, Charlie...
I'd nick that gun.
I would understand that. Sorry, Ollie. But and Ram acted reasonably.
Yeah.
I mean, he had leg cut off. So,
Miss
yeah.
Quill seems like I did enjoy her more in episode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed a lot of the characters more in episode 2.
Yeah, they all seem to... Well, yeah.
It's because they'd been developed in the first one, yeah.
It was like a pilot. It was setting everything up. It was setting up the situation and the, like, what they have to do and what this... Yeah, basically set up
I'm just gonna
the
say
series, because it's a pilot, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just going to say one thing I was disappointed with. From the trailer, you got this real sense of scale, and like...
Yeah, that
seemed
to be lost.
Yeah, but when you were in the school, it just seemed so bare and so...
Yeah,
even at the prom, the prom was full of people, but you just didn't get the sense of this is happening at a school, a big academy, right? Full of students. It just didn't feel big or...
Everyone just forgot about it as well.
Yeah.
But again, in the Forest of the Night.
But nobody knew why that happened. In the Forest of the Night ain't canon.
Pretty much any Doctor Who story you don't like isn't canon.
True.
An episode of Doctor Who.
So, Ollie, what's your opinion on the Class episode 1? Ooh.
Bit of... It's mixed feelings for me. One, because it's just like, it felt like it's very much a pilot. It's very much pilot. It's setting up everything. Doesn't really have that much
structure.
Yeah. It's more getting everyone to that place.
Yeah.
Getting everyone in that situation so we can actually start. Trying to think of like stuff I really liked. It's harder than I thought. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I mean,
I'd rate it average. I'd probably give it a
it's not
5
terrible.
or 6 out of 10.
I'd give
not
it like
terrible by any means.
But here's something that I need to mention now before I forget, because I forgot it before. Basically, there's this one bit. You know when they're talking about the planet where Charlie and Miss Quill come from?
Yes.
I believe in the sentiment with sci-fi, tell not show. Unless if they're actually there, unless if they're there at that moment, tell not show.
Sorry, what?
Okay, so if you're speaking about an alien planet or an event,
Yeah.
in order to save the budget, which this show really needs, as some bits don't really look like they had much budget.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of the CGI was off.
So how about they do not show the planet where Charlie comes from?
I think that would have been better, to be honest, if like it was a more of a secret.
Maybe some clips.
He mentioned, I think if he had just mentioned it, and you maybe got one little flashback, but not like the whole of it, you wouldn't have got the scenes and stuff.
Like what David Tennant did in like the two-parter in Series 3 when he was speaking about Gallifrey.
Yeah. It would literally just be like a one little flashback or something, and then...
Yeah, like the people, not showing the actual planet.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's something you wouldn't believe. Then you're showing it us, so we're believing it right now. That's not a good way to do it. Either rewrite the line, or flipping save the budget and don't show a planet.
The effects in Class, that's one of the things. The effects in Class look much better.
And I can see why, when it's off, why it is off, because they obviously don't have as much money as like Doctor Who or bigger shows.
It feels more invested.
Yeah.
They've put a lot more into this.
They're a lot more passionate about this, I feel, especially with the actors.
Yeah.
But you can't blame an actor on their acting unless if they're a bad actor, and Jenna Coleman's not a bad actress. So I just blame it on the writing and the directors if something's bad, because, yeah.
Well, you can blame the actors for being bad if they are,
If they are, if it's good writing and it's good directing,
yeah,
then blame the actors. But if the actors have proven to be good, and you notice the story is not that great, blame the writers. It's the writers' bloody fault.
I'd say the actors we've got for Class are quite good from what I've seen so far.
I think they're brilliant.
I just hope the writing backs it up in later stories. Also, do we know, is Patrick Ness writing the whole series, or do we have other writers coming in?
We have Patrick Ness.
But the thing is, right, I was sure when this was first announced, people were going on about bringing in new writers to the show. So is that if it gets a series 2, or is the whole thing like strictly Patrick Ness's gem?
Puts me in mind of the War Doctor sort of Big Finish audios. Nicholas Briggs wrote the whole first series.
Same with Dark Eyes.
And then it got another series, and then brought in new writers. Same with Dark Eyes, yeah. Puts me in mind of that. So maybe they're just like, get him to write this one, so they can have a consistent story.
Thing is,
if it does well, bring in new writers.
The thing is, only the Monstrous was.
We're not talking about Big Finish.
Dark Eyes was 4 1-hour stories. This is 8 45-minute stories, so it's more.
Well, technically the first one was 50 minutes.
I mean, yeah, but still, TARDIS Wiki considers it 1 times 45.
Well, technically the second one was only 42 minutes. God, Matt.
Yeah, 45 minutes! Shut up!
I'm joking. It's just being pedantic, Matt. God. When you have to take everything so seriously.
Because...
I'm Zagreus.
Not a flipping comedy show.
What's not a comedy show?
Class.
Class is apparently supposed to have comedic elements within it.
Yeah, but...
In fact, I'm pretty sure I laughed at one of the jokes within the first episode. I can't remember what it was, but...
I laughed at the joke about the Doctor, like, they saying, the Shadow King was like, we need the box, and he's like, well, there's this wonderful place called IKEA.
Yeah, I got a few chuckles out of that.
Yeah, when I watched that, I was just like staring at the screen, then I was like, oh, I get the joke. because I wasn't watching it properly, supposedly, according to myself just now.
Wow. I'll probably rewatch it, like, some point within the next few days. I'll rewatch them again and see them with new eyes.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like I had so much, like, lying on, like, the hype I had built up. Just for
I'm
that
just off to
trailer
do a
coming out.
time quake.
Okay, that's nice.
Alright.
I feel like I had built up so much in my mind, and it was like, okay, it's gonna be dark, it's gonna be brilliant, and then I viewed it, and I was like, this is not what I expected. This is average. What?
It wasn't what I was I was expecting it to have comedy sometimes, like a few comedic elements, but episode 1 was actually, well, sorry, for Tonight We Might Die, was a little too campy from what I was expecting.
I thought it was going to be like something along the lines of the In-Betweeners, but dark. Something like that. Like, you'd get a connection with the students, right? They'd all be like a close bond. You'd have the 4, and then it would just be dark. So, like, you'd have the comedic elements. It would, but I feel like I didn't get the bond with the characters. I mean, I guess that's all gonna. Sorry, what?
Well, so 2, they were.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna improve over the arc. You can tell that that was kind of the point. None of them kind of click to start with.
My Avengers analogy. The coach in the Dragon Tattoo is about. You remember that coach from episode 1? That was the football coach.
Yeah, the episode we watched like a few hours ago. Yes.
Yeah, that coach has a dragon tattoo.
Which I mistook for being like a school bus coat.
Yeah, the dragon tattoo being a school
I
bus
still
coat.
don't understand how. The name was based off like
It's
the girl
turned
with the
out to be like a
dragon
football.
tattoo,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
set
I
at school.
just thought it was like a school coach.
How can a bus have a tattoo? You didn't think this through, did you?
I think
Like graffiti.
No, Ollie, no.
that's not a tattoo.
Oh!
Just it's not a tattoo. You might as well call like face paint a tattoo.
Do you just think any markings that are put on stuff considered a tattoo?
I just thought, oh, just leave me alone.
Paper with the dragon tattoo.
Anyway, yeah, the second episode was a vast improvement on the previous. Yes.
Yes.
It's bad.
Did you say the first one was bad, or?
I'm saying not that the first one was bad, but the second one is much better.
Yeah, because the first one pretty much got that, established the universe, got it all set up. I never understand why they put them out on the same day, because I was, to start with, a bit concerned. I was like, why would they put out 2 on the same day? That just sounds stupid.
Well,
But I now see why, because they wanted to get the first one out of the way so they can start actual class from where we should view it.
Yeah. Same thing with Wrestling Link's body system, except I'm not willing to pay for YouTube Red. So, yeah. Anyway,
Does anyone have anything to say on the second episode?
Ollie.
The second episode was awesome.
And that's it.
That's all I have to
The
say.
hype's just died. No one can be bothered anymore.
Yeah, we're all just a bit. We all have other things we'd rather be doing than reviewing Class.
I'm reviewing Class on my main channel. Why not check it out some point after this podcast?
Hey Jean, why
Possibly in the
aren't
future.
you reviewing the rest of Aimless Wanderings?
I'll get around to it. Because I messed it up continuity-wise by like missing out one of the specials. So now I don't know whether to do Dr. Cube next or Jim.
Do both.
Because Jim is like a big established main story that you need.
Do both.
I might.
Do like a multi-doctor. Miss out all the multi-doctor stories
I was thinking of doing that though, but
until you get to War of the Doctors.
but then I just have like a splurge of multi-doctor stories, and I feel like I want to split them up.
Yes. All right then, do it in like parts.
Anyway, speaking about class,
It was good-ish.
it was.
It wasn't
Me.
as good as what I was expecting it to be. It wasn't as good as Buffy, although I've not seen Buffy. But I imagine that being better.
I've seen Buffy. It's better. I mean, I've seen a few episodes of Buffy. It's better. I don't want to watch it though. I don't care about it.
There's too much of it for me to get into just now.
I mean, I would say there's too much of Daredevil for me to get into, but I'm trying.
Like, I recently started watching Supernatural, and there's like 12 seasons. It's like, I've watched the first 3. It's like, this is much better than anything I've watched in years. But like, I can't be bothered going through all this.
Yeah, but anyway, so Coach of a Dragon Tattoo gets a dragon tattoo, and another dragon kills people by skinning them alive.
7 out of 10. This has been it for the Class Podcast.
Shut up!